Hi guys, Julie the Oracle here. So today I wanted to ask a question based on love reading. So today's question is going to be for those of you that are in separation or limited, no contact, limited contact, that sort of situation. So for your love reading today, we're going to ask, will they be coming back? So will they be coming back? So what we have today, I'm using the Cute Ghost Tarot from Etsy. I have the Eight of Sticks, which is Wands, the Fool, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the World, and the High Priestess. Wow, okay. We have 3 major arcana out of all of this. And I see that we're missing Pentacles. So the first thing I want to say, well, first things first, however many of you are watching, these are pretty good cards to start off with. The bottom of the pile is the Four of Sticks, which is also Wands. But these are great cards, but I just want to say this is not for everybody. For the majority, it looks like mostly good news, but for some of you, it's not going to be. There's going to be different situations for different people, so take what resonates and leave the rest, but prepare yourself that things may not work out, It's always finicky when we're asking if, someone's going to come back to you. So here's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the Eight of Sticks. And I always say sticks, I want to say wands, but basically it's the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands, this is a good card. For me, wands can be about movement and attraction, passion. They represent that physical side of things, but they can represent movement as well. The Eight of Sticks can represent communication in that way. We usually think of swords as being that way, but we don't have swords here. So no swords here shows me that there's no contact, there's separation, there's little to no, there isn't much in the way of any conversations or anything like that. So I don't know if this is, for those of you, you block somebody, you've left and walked away from somebody, or they've walked away from you, or you've had to go into separation, you've been separated through time or space, when I say space, I mean physically, maybe you don't live in the same place, it's long distance. Those can be very hard situations to be in too. So with the Eight of Sticks, this ghost is smiling and these sticks are flying right at him. But this tells me some communication for a lot of you is going to come in. So if you do have limited contact, then maybe you are getting a little bit of communication. It doesn't mean you guys necessarily talk about the situation at hand, but you're getting some type of communication. And if you haven't had anything, I see for the majority of you, I feel like you are going to have communication from this person. If you're the one that needs to do the communicating, then this is telling you're going to communicate. You're wanting to send that message. I don't know how they're going to react to it, but for the majority of you that do end up finding this video, if you find it, this video is probably for you. If you find it and it didn't work out, in some cases, no, it's not going to, but these cards are really good, and I want to keep my rose-colored glasses on so bad, but I just want to keep it real for those of you that are like, this didn't happen to me, and I know because I'm one of those people that are like, these are great cards, but it hasn't happened yet, or it didn't happen, or, I've had those situations where it totally just blindsided me, so I totally get it. I don't want those of you that are hopeful. It's okay to be hopeful, but there's also a part of you that should be realistic because, I hate to see any of you get hurt because I've been in your shoes. But the Eight of Wands does speak to some communication coming in and that there's still some attraction and desire between the two of you that's still there. If you're wondering if this person is still attracted to you, yes, they are. The Fool, well, we all know what the Fool means. Or if you don't, I'll explain it. And the Fool is that risk taker, that, blind faith kind of situation where usually he's on the cliff. The ghost can float around wherever, but look at him. He's trusting, and he's like hanging out on a cloud with a flower, and the dog's happy, and the sun's shining. So with the Fool card, I love this because this is about taking that leap of faith, that somebody wants to take a chance on you, or you're wanting to take a chance with them, but you're wondering if they still feel the same way. And this is completely gender fluid. I don't really identify with the male, female, either way, because it goes either way. Because some of you that may be watching, your situation can be reversed too. I mean, this is either you walked away and you're wanting to communicate and take a chance on your person, but you don't have any idea, are they going to take it okay? But I'm going to kind of read it from the other way, and it could be reversed. So like I said, take what resonates, leave the rest. So with communication, it looks like communication will come in, that there's still attraction there. Somebody is like, I would love to take a chance. Somebody's done some changing here. That's what I'm getting. Someone is viewing you as the Two of Cups. This is the partnership, that love card. They're like, they love you, they miss you, they want to be with you. They want to have a partnership with you. And for the majority of you, the Knight of Cups is totally speaking of them wanting to bring that offer forward, or vice versa. I'm going to keep saying that because someone's going to come in late and go, no, it's me. I want to go towards it. You guys know. I shouldn't have to tell you. You guys most of you are, you're adults, you know better. Like, you'll know if it's your situation or not. But, if you want that offer, they want to bring that to you. Then we have the World card. This is about endings and beginnings. But see, the way I'm viewing it is, and I can't tell you the timing on this. Timing is so fickle, especially if divine timing is involved, and this is a powerful connection. When I talk about powerful connections, I'm talking about those of you who your person is possibly your, twin flame or your soulmate, your divine counterpart, whatever you want to call it. Some type of soul connection that is meant to be with you romantically. Then it's always weird because you're always on a different journey than other people. Then the people who are just getting together out there, your journey is going to be a little bit different. Your journey, and your connection is stronger. It's so intense with that person that you can feel each other sometimes. And this connection, they're definitely wanting to communicate with you. They still have a lot of love for you and a lot of spark there with the physical, attraction. They want to take that leap of faith. They want to take that risk. You know what? This person is worth it for me. And I just want to see where it goes. It's worth the risk of getting hurt. That's one thing they've been afraid of, is getting hurt. But they want to do it, and they want to bring you this Knight of Cups. The offer. They'd love to come and see like the water flowing through here. This is so cute. I see like the emotions are flowing. They're feeling it. And I think that maybe previously that somebody in this connection maybe was stubborn, and maybe they didn't see it that way. I mean, this could have been a friendship too, or maybe they didn't realize how powerful your connection was, or maybe they just thought, no, this person isn't for me for whatever reason. They could have been self-sabotaging too. I feel like if they had any kind of fear of taking that leap of faith with you, there might have been fear there of like, oh, they've gotten hurt in the past, they don't want to go forward. Trauma can do that to people, and they can be afraid because they're like, what if they hurt me like the last person did? And those what ifs can really pile up. The beautiful thing about it here is I don't see any swords, so I don't see anybody in their heads here. That's great. On one hand, I see that there's no swords here because there's limited contact or no contact, or you're in separation, so that's why there's no contact, or, you're getting very little. But on the other hand, one other reason the swords might not be here is because somebody has finally made up their damn mind. They finally decided. There's no worry about that. Their love has overcome their fears. And they would rather communicate their love to you than worry about it anymore, because they're miserable without you. And they love you, they miss you, they want to be with you. And here's the World card. There's a cycle that they have to go through first, so I'm not saying that this is going to happen anytime soon. I'm just saying you're going to have to give it some time, because divine timing may be at play here. But this cycle is going to end. You're going to get communication first, so you're going to start communicating again. And as you kind of ease back into this communication with them, you're going to be talking and everything, and it's going to start to feel like it did when you originally met them, when things went really well and you were friends or whatever you were in the beginning. If you dated, I don't know what you did, but that feeling when you first meet and you got the butterflies and someone makes you feel like you're on top of the world and you're just super happy. Yeah, you're going to feel that way again. And when you feel that way, like the communication, that's when you start to feel like, oh, I want to take a chance on this person, and they want to take a chance on you. And you're both thinking of the Two of Cups. You both want this. It's very, very mutual in your love and respect for each other. But you guys have that emotional connection. You have that intellectual connection. And that physical spark is there. It is there. And it's like you have the whole recipe to bake the cake here. If I want to say that from somebody who bakes, I have to say that stuff because I'm dorky. But the Knight of Cups, and then, you know, one or both of you is going to be like, oh, I hope that offer's coming in. One of you, you're going to have to make the move, or they're going to make the move, but you're both are going to be on the same page and you're going to want to. But this cycle, this is going to start a whole new cycle. So whatever cycle that they were in, the separation is going to end. And when it does, the new cycle begins, and it's going to begin with you guys being together. And that's the beautiful thing. You're going to get a new start here. A new cycle, a new beginning. The two of you have a chance to start over fresh and get to know each other. And this time, there's been growth. You've grown as individuals. You've grown spiritually. Both of you have come to a place where you're a little bit more mature about things. And now you both realize where your feelings are, and it's mutual. And now it's really going to be successful. And the High Priestess basically ends, you know, this reading here, the last card. The High Priestess says that feelings have been held back here, but it also says your intuition tells you that all of this is going to happen. So you psychic people already know. What am I telling you for? You already know. You're worried about this, but so take it not as like, hey, like I'm telling you, you should already know this, but this is your confirmation. This is your validation. This is all going to come to fruition for the majority. I say majority because those of you watching, I feel like you can't miss a sign like this. When I was pulling these cards, I was getting so excited because I was like, whoa, we're pulling these amazing cards. And I'm thinking, it can't be. I'm like, I was expecting to see at least one card of some type of obstacle. And, you know, I'm not saying there won't be arguments and obstacles, but you guys are going to be mature enough to handle it. At this point, everything you've been through, you're going to come together again with this new beginning in love. And it's just going to be, you're going to be so more tightly bonded than you were before that it's going to be beautiful. And you already knew this. And I think for some of you, both of you could be intuitive. Both of you already knew this. That moon is clearly there going, hey, my intuition's been on here and I knew it. You know, you're going to be like, I knew it. As soon as they start reaching out to you, you're going to be like, I knew it. But, and then the other side of the coin is for those of you that are seeing this going, man, I really hope this happens for me. There is the other side of the coin where all of this could happen, but, and I'm trying to read this in a different way. I mean, if I read this in a different way, but I mean, it's not what I'm getting from it, but if I were to look at it otherwise, this could be how things were in the beginning, but then the cycle changed and you knew that it wouldn't work out. But I could say that. I don't know. There might be some of you who come in here looking for the hope. And if it doesn't happen for you, you know, I don't want you to be like, oh, you said it was going to happen. No. For many that are watching, and I want to say the majority, but I don't know how many people will find this video. However, I think for the people who are meant to find this video, I think this message is for you. But there will be some of you who might be looking around and find this video and be hopeful about it. And then if it doesn't happen, then that probably wasn't the message for you. But it's okay to keep your hope, because I can say for those of you, if this doesn't work out with this person involved, then this may be somebody new coming into your life. You might have somebody new come in who just sweeps you off your feet, and then a new cycle, and boom. So those of you who are hoping it's someone else, it could be somebody new. Definitely. And you could, it'll be more than you could ever dreamed of. And you'll be like, who was I waiting on again? I don't know. Remember, it's going to be like that. The bottom of the pile is the Four of Sticks. And I just want to say, I'm taking that card as a really good sign. That can, you know, the four sticks kind of represent 1111. That can be a soulmate number. And so that's like it's supposed to be like a soulmate twin flame type of card. And so seeing this is usually a marriage card, but it's a card of stability. So you two are finally going to have this beautiful, stable relationship, and it's just going to have the intellectual, the emotional, and like the physical spark that you wanted to. All the passion's going to be there. There's just a lot of love here, and it's a beautiful reading. And I went through kind of quick because the message was in my face. So it's going to take a little longer to do all of these. I've got a whole stack here of Oracle, and the Oracle is going to give us a little bit more insight and some clarification of things. This is going to be a waiting game for some of you. So even though it's a beautiful reading and you already know it's coming, you take it as confirmation, but the key is going to be divine timing and patience. And I know we hate to hear that because it's like, oh, but how long? I don't know. I think the more that we dwell on it, the longer it takes. And it just depends. There's a reason that time is involved here. Usually that time of separation is meant for both of you to have individual growth or to complete some, you're completing life lessons and goals and things. And so when you do that, you know, you can come back together once that is completed. And that's sometimes why we end up reuniting later, is because there's some growth that needs to happen. Lessons have to be learned. And you might go off and, you know, have another relationship or something, or however it is. Or you might go off and just wait for a few years and work on yourself. But either way, you both end up learning a lesson and you come back together. Just because you think you're in a relationship now, or the person you're with now is it, that doesn't mean they're it. They might be in your life to teach you a lesson. I've had people come into my life. I'm like, this is it. I found the one. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I thought I found the one, and he was an amazing man. But unfortunately, he pulled the rug out from underneath me. I was just devastated because I thought I found my person. But he was completely honest with me. He was trustworthy. He respected me. He showed me what it was to be healthy in dating and communication. So it was beautiful to see that. And he actually sat me down and told me when things didn't go well, like when things were ending. So it wasn't like he wasn't honest. It just was very devastating because he did everything right. And it was like so painful for me to have to experience that. And sometimes that person you think you're meant to be with is just your lesson. But I will say that they are the lesson before the good one comes, because there's usually something missing or something to be learned. And I learned to raise my standards to not accept less from people who weren't giving me the time and the effort or the affection or, you know, the respect I deserved. I deserved to be loved properly. So take that lesson as you will, and just know, like, if this doesn't happen for you with the person you're hopeful for, then it's going to happen with the next. So keep that in mind. And with that, I'm going to do your oracle cards. So I don't think I meant to put that there. Okay. I got 2 cards when I pulled the Ascendant Oracle asking for advice for you guys. So first I got the Void. This is like a black hole for me. This is just the Void. It's nothing. So this is why I was warning some of you, like, there's got to be some people that stumble onto this reading hopeful, and then I want you to know nothing is going to come from this. This person is not going to. If they don't reach out, you know, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, there's a chance that they're just not going to reach out. It's not meant to be. That is, and I think that you're going to know that this person is not going to reach out. Or at some point, it's going to hit you and you're going to be like, okay, they're not. So don't wait on them. Work on yourself. Go have fun with your friends. Have fun with yourself. Like, you know, treat yourself to a mani-pedi or whatever. Go watch a movie, read a book, do whatever. Or, you know, or go date somebody else. Whatever you want to do. I mean, have fun. As long as you're having fun and you're being honest about it, like, it's fine. I get some people are like me. Like, if you know, your heart's in a certain place, you don't want to get someone else's hopes up when your heart doesn't belong to them, you know? Because they're going to expect you to grow in feelings with them. And if you can't, then you can't. This is why I recommend being alone. At least, you know, be with your friends and family. If you want to have people to talk to and go do things with is great. But sometimes spending time alone and doing that hermiting and just kind of getting to know yourself. It's a way of healing and moving on with your life that you need to do. And so I highly recommend it. Sometimes that time alone can be the best thing you can do for yourself in terms of healing. And then one day you're like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to go out and date again or do whatever. And that's for some of you, the people that actually have this situation or might actually be getting some type of communication. If some of this is already happening for you, then you know that you have that knowing. Trust your gut. Your intuition isn't wrong. I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Your intuition is going to tell you, like, okay, this is a void situation. But for a lot of you, if you're already dealing with somebody, then you still have contact or things are good between you and you're just separated and whatever it is, they're going to come back around after you both grow. You're going to know. You're going to know that the void card isn't for you. But for the people it is for, self-love is the way to go. Self-care. So take that. Self-love, this should go for everybody involved. Love yourself first. Put yourself first. You know, do what makes you happy. Because the waiting is not always easy when it comes to these situations. Patience is hard. But man, if you've got good friends and you can hang out and go do things and your friends can preoccupy you, or you can preoccupy yourself with your own projects and things that you're doing, that's great. go distract yourself for a bit. That's going to just speed everything up. So we'll take that as it resonates. And then Angels and Saints card. Guardian Angel says to be brave. I love cats. I love cats. And there's like this big cat, and it's not like a cheetah. I can't remember. Maybe it's a leopard or something. I don't remember. But and I love this big moon in here too. Your intuition is telling you things are going to be okay. They're telling you what the situation is, the reality of the situation. Your gut is going to tell you. So this is about being brave right now. Don't let your fears get to you. If things aren't going to work out, love yourself and move on and distract yourself for a while and do your own thing. Sometimes distracting yourself and spending time with friends, family, or other people, or just spending quality time with yourself in that self-care mode, that can attract a lot of abundance and love to you. That can attract people's attention to you. Like it's like a magnet. I don't know how to explain it, but it works. So go do that. But be brave. And those of you waiting to hear back from this person, or maybe things are kind of slow and steady with just communication right now and you're not to these other areas yet, be brave. Take that first step. Just keep opening up. Be vulnerable. Put your heart out there if you need to. Like, don't be afraid. It is okay. This is meant to be. If it's meant to be, it will be. A Blooming Cat Oracle, another cat card. Intuition. I love it. Intuition. High Priestess right there. You are guided by your higher self. So that's a 5 card. 5 is Hierophant. The Hierophant is about spiritual lessons, but it can also be about spiritual connection. So if some of you are having a spiritual connection, this person is your other half, so to speak, in terms of twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart. I say it all because I can't say one without somebody going, wait, there are differences. So there are, but it gets a lot. It's a lot to say all the time. But your higher self is guiding you. Your intuition, so trust it. Trust your intuition like the High Priestess. It's going to tell you how this is going to play out. This card came out twice. I was not sure. Moonology. New moon eclipse. It says expect powerful change. This is what I'm talking about. Changes with people. You both have done some individual growing and now you're coming back together. If you're going to come back together, expect that this person, or even you, both of you could be, you have powerful changes. So, and this is a positive change. This means like a lot of changes, meaning that you're older, you're more mature, you're making better decisions. Maybe you're healthier in your communication and your compromise. And like, this is a beautiful thing. So I love it. I love that these are beautiful positive changes. And I love the colors in this card too. There's lots of purple, blue, and green. So it's a lot of upper chakra like stuff. They're starting from the heart and going up to intuition. And, you know, there's a little bit of white in there too with the crown, and blue with the throat chakra. Like, yeah. And I look at those going, man, these are the uppers. These are the most, like, these are powerful. A lot of intuition going into this card. So someone knows that they had to change to come back. On this side, this is the Starseed Oracle. It's Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. So again, free will plays a role here. This person's coming back around. If you're one of those people that if it takes too long, or you get fed up, or they don't come back around, it's your decision whether you want to wait. You want to wait it out and just self-care in the meantime and take care of you. You can still learn and grow on your own if you don't feel like you want to get out and move on to somebody else. I'm not saying anybody should ever rush into another relationship right after getting out of one. I don't recommend, because usually it ends up being like a rebound thing and then it doesn't work out. So, but doors are opening. So for some of you, this person is going to come back. And if they come back, they have to show you that they've changed, because, or you have to show them that you've changed. Either way, once you see that growth, you see that change in that person, and, you know, it's up to you. If you really like them, then go for it. You have the right to say, you know what, this isn't for me, and you can close that door if you choose to. But for those of you who decide to go through the door and have a new beginning with this person, the rewards are on the other side. So I think for a lot of you, you're going to end up being pretty happy here. Whoops, I'm moving the whole dang pile. Now I'm like moving stuff around. Sorry. So it's like a wild card. You don't know. You're just going to take that second chance with them and see if it works out. And I think for a lot of you, I think it will work out as long as you do the work and you put in the effort. And that means both of you. And you have to put in effort with each other every day. You can't just be like, oh, we're together now and I don't have to do anything. It's like That's like, you know, if you go to the gym and you work out and get muscles and you go, oh, I got muscles now, I don't have to go work out anymore. No, your muscles are going to go away. You have to kind of keep up with it. You have to keep it going. Otherwise, there's atrophy, you know? So definitely keep that in mind. It's a wild card, so take it or leave it. And your color card is magenta. Number 5, again, we're back to the Hierophant. It says, connect to your deepest inner knowing, which goes right back to intuition and High Priestess. So, you know, whatever soul lessons you needed to learn here individually, now you're coming back together. So now trust that deep inner knowing, you know, that claircognizance, you know, that intuition right there. Just believe in yourself. Believe in it. And this is going to work out. This is definitely going to work out for you. So absolutely. Just trust in it and it will happen in time. I have some romance oracle here. Oops, there we go. First, I got the deception card. So I hopefully nobody's lying to you here. If anybody's lying to you, or they, you know, you get your hopes up and they reach out and then they have no intention of getting together, yeah, you can be upset about that and kick them to the curb. That's fine. That's just me covering my butt here, because for me, deception, it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So some people are afraid to show you their true selves. Your person might be wearing a mask because they're afraid. They may have a lot of anxiety and insecurities and things there that they're afraid that you may not want them, that you might reject them if they show you. And the truth is, if this is a spiritual connection, you've probably already seen who they really are and you love them for it anyway. And they just don't realize it. And that's so sad, because they need to know that. So if you want to reassure them, that's fine. But a lot of this has to do with, you know, they're wearing a mask. They put on a front, you know, an ego. You know, sometimes they let the ego drive, and that's not always the best thing, because it becomes like an ego possession. And then you're thinking that there's a certain type of, you know, they're a certain type of way, their behavior and such. And sometimes it's very off-putting to a lot of people, and they think that that's what people want, but it's not. We would rather them be the real, genuine person they are underneath. So encourage them to take that mask off. And for some of you, with this person coming through with the powerful changes, they may have shed this mask. They may have finally balanced themselves out, and the changes are there, and they're going to come back to you, and you're going to be like, wow, you know, you're finally showing me your true self. So be open, be vulnerable, be honest with each other. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. I also got honeymoon. This doesn't mean actual honeymoon unless some of you are getting engaged after this. You could go on honeymoon. But this card, it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So if you do make plans, you know, the time this is recording, this is in September. So holiday times are coming up. Holidays for me start like in October, when I'm like, Halloween is coming, and then you have Thanksgiving, and then you have Christmas and New Year's. And so there may be something here where if this comes back around, you may end up spending some holiday time together. But this can also be a card of distance, like they're on the water in a boat. So this can mean that you are separated physically by distance. You may live in separate parts of the country or other countries, or however it is. But that may be what it means. It doesn't have to mean honeymoon necessarily. But this card, yeah, there's definitely distance here. This could be talking about your separation. So this means that the separation is ending too for some of you. Keep that in mind. And there's a few people here, and this is why I put warnings out. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So clear the energy out. If you have anybody trying to cling on to your energy from your past that you don't want there anymore, cleanse yourself, cleanse your chakras, whatever it is that you do to cleanse yourself and go do. It's time to cut the cords and release them. You don't need them anymore. Set them loose. It's fine. If your ex is one of the people that you're sitting here going, well, I kind of hope they come back, and they're the ones that don't come back and they're the void, it's time to let them go. Let them go and don't look back. Slam that door on it, lock it, throw away the key, and move forward in your life, and let the next person come in and sweep you off your feet. And I'm just saying that for those of you that I think that this is related to the void card, because and some exes do get back together, but a lot of times I don't see that happening just because there's a reason you broke up in the first place, and if they weren't good to you, if there's powerful changes here, okay, maybe. If they actually really change who they are and they come back together and become a wonderful person, that's good. But this is someone who really has to change a lot about themselves. They would have to seek therapy, or, you know, if your ex was really bad about things, I mean, this is about personal growth. So they come back and they've grown and they know how to treat you with love and respect and kindness, and they can communicate and compromise with you, okay, maybe. I will give you a maybe. So you guys have to let me know what the situation is. And then I have some hidden oracle, or the hidden truth oracle. I have a couple of cards here, or a few of them. This is from your person, like their higher self. These next messages are these channeled messages, but these are from their higher self, and it says, I remember every detail of that day. This could be the day that you had an argument, or you split up, or you went into separation, or no contact, whatever it was that limited you, that you kind of both pulled back from each other. They're very aware of it, and you know, maybe they're wanting to remedy that. Some of you, they say, I know I was a distraction from your pain. I don't know if they felt like maybe you were rebounding with them, or, you know, I'm getting a couple of false starts here. And when I say false start, I'm talking about you coming together with this person. Maybe you became friends, or you started dating in a romantic way, and they may have felt that you weren't genuine in your like of them. They may have felt like, you know, you were distracting yourself from other things in your life at the time. Like maybe you weren't serious enough about them, and they wanted something serious. And that might be why you ended up in separation to begin with. So, you know, you might want to clear up the air and let them know how you feel if that's the case. When the time is right, that is. And then this one, I want to be more than friends. There you go. If you were friends with this person and you went into separation because of, you know, some argument, or you didn't feel like they were genuine, or vice versa, whatever happened between you guys, you know, maybe that was it. Maybe it was just that fear of like, oh, I want to be friends, but I don't know how to impress this person. I don't know how to tell them. They're not going to be interested in me. They get into their head with all the insecurities, and then boom. But they want to be more than friends. So for those of you that are coming around talking to this person again, yeah, it's like, it's time to go through. When that door opens up, you guys better walk through hand in hand. Now, I have channeled messages that are from my own personal deck that I made. And these are channeled messages from your person. It's basically like their higher self. So what would they tell you if they could? So the first message is, please come back to me. So if you walked away from some of you walked away, they want you back. They definitely want you back. I want to be friends again. There you go. That goes along with I want to be more than friends. Some of them want to come back because there is a belief in love and friendship being tied together, and it is a beautiful thing. Often, you know, the best relationships are often rooted in friendship. That's the quote that I like to use, and I believe in that wholeheartedly. So they want to be friends again, and that's why they're going to reach out to you, and you're going to get to know each other again. It's a fresh start. And then we have, can you forgive me? So for those of you that might have, if they walked away and they regret it and they want to come back now, and if you had an argument, whatever it is, it's time. It's time to talk about it. It's time to apologize, and it's time to forgive. The timing is not right for us just yet. And so if they're not coming back right away, or like I said, divine timing is involved here, it's not time yet. There may still be lessons to learn on both ends. Could just be them, but you know, whatever it is, like you both have things that you need to accomplish before you can come back together. So just hang in there and hold the vision, and it will be fine. I fear we are drifting apart. Yeah, there may be some people, and this is, again, we say fear. They're fearing. It's insecurities that they're afraid you're drifting apart. And this might be why there may be an increase in it. So, you know, we want people to feel secure in that. So as long as you choose to talk to them, as long as they don't get too clingy with that, you both need to have a separation, you know, as in like, don't be codependent. But it's okay. Like if they fear, it's okay to be like, hey, you know, we're not drifting apart. We're just doing different things right now. But hey, I mean, I'm free to talk. So, you know, you want to talk, set up a time like you guys can communicate or come together. I don't know. If you live far apart, all you can do is text or talk on the phone or you know, Skype or something. So do what you got to do. And the last one is, I don't want to let you go. So this could be on both sides, you or them. You don't want to let them go. Clearly, you're hoping to hear from them, and they're obviously wanting to reach out to you. So they don't want to let you go. And with that realizes, oh my gosh, I cannot say that word. I can't say it. Realization. Oh my gosh. You see how many times I tried to say that? They don't want the word to come out. But yes, you're realizing the feelings there. they are realizing their feelings for you and they don't want to let you go. So I think that is very sweet. I hope you guys got the messages you needed to get from this reading. So until next